Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing this Ariana Grande inspired wedding makeup look. She recently posted her wedding photos on Instagram and I thought the makeup she wore was absolutely perfect. It was timeless, classic. I love the monochromatic, taupey, rosy sort of romantic look she did. All matte with a little bit of highlight, super subtle, just absolutely flawless in my opinion. I think it was the perfect wedding makeup. I personally would want to wear this tomorrow if I got married again. This is just such a beautiful look and I had to recreate it myself. You guys were sending me pictures of it knowing that it was totally my style of makeup. This is it today. I hope you guys enjoy the tutorial. We're gonna jump right in. If you like celebrity inspired makeup looks, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up so I know to do more of these in the future, or maybe more wedding looks. Whatever you guys want to see, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I would love for you to join the family here. Hit the bell if you want to be notified of all my future uploads, and let's go ahead and begin the tutorial. I can't even tell you how many people messaged me about this look because this is totally something that I would definitely do. I feel like it's the perfect Ariana Grande makeup look because it looks like her typical style of makeup, but timeless and subdued a little. Like her wing isn't as strong as usual. It's all monochromatic. I love that taupey kind of rosy romantic quality to the look. And as soon as I saw photos from this, I knew I wanted to recreate it. And a ton of you messaged me saying that this kind of style reminded you of me and wanted to see me do that. So we're gonna be trying to recreate this today. I already did my brows off camera. I did them a little bit straighter than I personally normally do, as Ariana's are not as curved as mine, so you can kind of see my brow hairs, but I didn't want to shave off my brows for this look. So I'm going to start off with my eyes, and I have two products here that I was going to use for eyeshadow. I have my Dior Backstage Contour Face Palette, which is great for eyeshadow. I use it all the time. And then my Hindash palette, which I thought would be really good for this look as well because I can kind of create it to be as taupey or neutral as I want with this shade here. This one kind of pulls a little bluish, and then the shade in the Dior palette I feel like would be a better color. It doesn't have that sort of blue quality to it. You can kind of see the difference there. I'm just going to play around with tones and see what we can come up with. It's super basic. Anyone can do this, and you can definitely suit it to your skin tone. You can warm it up, cool it down, whatever you want to do. I just thought it was really, really pretty. And I know a lot of you wanted to see a wedding makeup look, and 'tis the season. So I'm like, this is the perfect video to do right now. So I'm just taking that shade from the Dior palette. I'm just going to do this in my crease. These wings right here, they're shadow shields. You definitely don't need these. You could clean this up after, use Scotch tape, whatever you want to do. These I typically use when I have my foundation done already, but I wanted to use them today. I'm just gonna gradually build up the crease color. Everything just looks really nice and light and blended. She's really not wearing a ton on the eyes. I absolutely love what they did. I'm sure all the products will come out after what she actually used for her wedding. I can't see that being a secret. I'm sure her makeup artist will share it soon, but I could not wait. I wanted to try and create it with what I have. Show that you don't need to go out and buy anything. You can just kind of use what you have, make it work. I don't know why I decided to put this one shadow shield in my eye. Like I swear it's moving into my eye. And I'm using the BK Beauty 202 brush. Been loving these BK Beauty brushes. Just gonna blend it lightly on the outer corner. We're gonna brighten up the lid with the other shade from the Dior palette. I'm actually probably just going to use that minus the liner because this is the perfect taupey shade, I feel. I was trying to match it with the Hindash palette. I feel like I could probably get it to work with that too just because I can mix. But then I was using this contour palette. I was going to use it for my face and it literally has the perfect taupey shade that I feel works for this look. Again, just base it off your skin tone though. I feel like Ariana and I are usually fairly close. She does seem a little bit lighter than she normally is in her wedding photos, but I don't know if that's just lighting because she does tend to have a tan. Taking a BK Beauty 207 brush, I'm going to concentrate that same color where I was lightly putting it on the outer corner just to give a little bit of definition there. And then I'm going to blend it into the lid shade, which is going to be this light shade from the Dior palette. Then taking a BK Beauty 204 brush, going to take this shade from the Dior Face palette. I thought this would be a good option because you can definitely tell her tones are monochromatic. And since I'm going to be using this on my face as well, it just makes sense to put it on the eyes. And this is just going to clean up the lid. I'm going to use the shape of this brush, just follow my natural crease and kind of bring it a little bit higher on me just because Ariana has lots of lid space and I do not. So this is just gonna make the illusion of more lid space for myself. After I've cleaned up the lid with that light shade, just going to lightly blend the outer corner and that lid together. Then I'm just going to mix a little bit of this shade, such a small amount. I just want it slightly deeper than what it is on the outer corner. And then just blend it in with that fluffy brush. Once my foundation is on, we may need to deepen up the crease a little bit more. I'm just going to leave it at that for now and see how it looks once all the foundation is on, just because I don't want to overdo it right away. It's easier to add later. And then I know she was wearing eyeliner. It was probably liquid or gel. I have sensitivities to liquid, so I'm just going to use this black eyeshadow with a small angled brush to create a very small wing like she has close to the lash line. This is the 208 from BK Beauty. This is the Fatum shade, and I'm going right to the end because I want this to be black. So I just use these shadow shields as a guide, and I could go over it with the eyeshadow, and when I take it off, which you'll see, it's a crisp line, and yours will definitely be more black if you're using a liquid or gel. I just can't do that currently. So this is how it looks. Just going to wet my brush with some setting spray to get that black shadow as black as I personally can get it without using liquid. You won't have to take this many steps if you're fine with liquid or gel. By looking at the photo, Ariana is definitely wearing some false lashes, but they look really subtle and fairly natural. They do wing out at the end. I thought these ones would be perfect for that. These are quite short and natural compared to styles I typically wear, and they do have that winged sort of effect very subtly with these, which I thought would play nicely with the lashes that I saw her wearing. Most of the photos I saw were her looking down, and these looked pretty close to what I could tell. So these were the best match that I personally had, but I'm actually looking forward to hearing what she had done. Maybe she has some extensions or just individuals. I really want to know the lashes and the lip. I want to know the whole thing, but tell me the lashes and the lip and I'll be good. These are the Velour Vegan Luxe Lashes, and they are the style Wispy Me Away. Seeing how much I need to cut off on my eye, approximately. Do need to cut off quite a bit. I'm just putting a light coat of my Rimmel Lash Accelerator mascara on. This is really good for lower lashes. If it's actually your wedding day and you're wanting this makeup to be budge proof, I would recommend definitely a waterproof mascara. Just be on the safe side and put it on. I didn't think I would need it, and I definitely did. I'm just going to let those dry down before I pinch them together to really make it so it's seamless. And I think those were the perfect pick for this look. I also want to put a little bit of a highlight in the inner corner, some white in there. It didn't look like she had shimmer, but it definitely looked brightened. So we're going to do that too, but I'm going to go ahead and move on to the face now that our eyes are just going to dry. I'm going to let them sit before I go in and do a little bit more work on those. My skin's on the drier side, so I do want to really prep my skin with something that's going to hydrate and just give it a little bit of glow because we're going to be putting a matte foundation on that's really long wearing. This is the Osmosis Luminous Treatment Primer and Highlighter. You can use it as either or, as it says. And then for pores, I want my skin to look as flawless as possible. I'm going to use my Perricone MD Instant Blur. It's kind of like the Tatcha Silk Canvas. e.l.f. Putty Primer. I like this one better because it's super thin. Perricone MD is a skincare company just like Tatcha. I just like how this looks like underneath makeup a little bit better. I have other pore products I like from the drugstore, but this is my favorite high-end or just in general. I love this one the most. So if I'm going to do a wedding makeup, I know I personally would want to use my favorite products. And just depending on what your skin is like, you're going to want to switch this up. If you're more oily, dry, maybe you don't have a pore issue, just use what you need and don't use what you don't need, because you don't want to kind of layer on products you don't need. But I definitely need some smoothing, especially in my T-zone and beside my nose. And you can feel the difference in my skin when this is on. Like so smooth. Then for foundation today, I'm going to use my trusty Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. It says up to 24-hour wear. This would be a great one if you're wearing for your wedding. And I'm using my BK Beauty 101 foundation brush, which is currently my favorite foundation brush. I recently got all these BK Beauty brushes in PR, and I have been loving them. Specifically this brush, because I used to use these Makeup Geek Kabuki brushes, which they don't make anymore, and I haven't been able to find one just as good that has that same sort of density I like until this brush. So I love it. I need more. I was talking to my friend Stephanie about the brushes today, and she loves this too. We both are obsessed with this foundation brush. So you can see, even though this is a matte foundation, I still have a luminous glow underneath, which I feel like kind of matches Ariana's skin. It looked really flawless, but not flat, which is what I'm looking for. Actually may not need to deepen the eyes. I think it looks pretty good. Cover up your ears too. I already have my earrings in, else I'd do a better job. But that's something you want to do on your wedding day. You want to make sure you cover up your ears, bring the foundation down your neck, your chest, anywhere your skin's showing. Because when you flush, my ears go red. And then in photos and stuff, if your ears are a different color or if they're bright red like mine are currently, it's going to look a little off. Just looking at the skin, I feel like it's the perfect foundation for this look. It's like perfect sort of glow with the perfecting qualities. I don't normally gravitate towards this concealer, but considering I'm using the foundation, I'm going to use the corresponding concealer, which is the Stay Naked Correcting Concealer, and I have it in 40 NY, which is a yellow tone compared to the neutral I'm wearing on my face. It's just going to do a better job at brightening. I don't really use concealer to correct, more just a brightening effect. Under my eyes, I'm going to lightly set with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless and a sponge, just picking it up like that. Very lightly taking the BK Beauty 105 brush. I'm going to take that same powder and just lightly dust my face. I like how it looks, but I would never not set my face for wedding makeup. And the glow will come back when we set the face with some setting spray. Definitely not skipping powder on a wedding day. Then I'm going to very lightly start to contour using a combination of these two shades right here, mostly this one, to tie in all that taupiness, taupe color. Ariana is subtly contoured, so I'm not going to put a ton of color on the face. I couldn't even tell if she was really wearing blush. I'm just going to mesh it into the contour. And then for blush, I'm just going to subtly use the shade in She Sculpted from Patrick Ta. This is his bronzer duo. And this is just going to go lightly over top of the contour, very lightly, and then I'm just going to tie it together on the cheeks. Then she has a very subtle highlight. You could just use that shade from the Dior palette. I'm going to just use the leftover right here to see if that's bright enough. I feel like it needs a little bit more brightness. So I'm going to go into the Hindash palette, take that white. It didn't look glittery or anything, it just looked brightened. Yeah, I think this is definitely going to be better. From all the photos, I can't really see what she's wearing underneath her eyes. I can only assume she put a little bit of the shadow underneath. We're gonna connect that right now. Just what we used in the crease. And I'm just going to put a little bit of bottom mascara to complete the eyes. Then she does have a fairly subtle glow on her cheeks. I can't tell anywhere else. Yeah, she does look like she has some on her nose too. So I'm gonna put a little bit down my nose because she definitely has glow on the tip of her nose and then on her cheekbones. I'm taking a BK Beauty 206, which I think is a shadow brush, but it is fairly fluffy and I want it fairly precise. And this is the Nobla Skin Glazing Highlight in Ozone, which I thought would be a really good match for this look. And this is just a little tiny bit. It's a perfect color for it. Kind of have to match it depending on your skin tone, but I was just doing it based on how I saw it look on her, and it looked like it kind of melted into the skin, which this formula definitely does. And just the contrast between that and her cheek looked like kind of this tone on my skin. And then a little bit on the nose. Then the last part is the lip, which I'm dying to know what she actually used, but I kind of came up with a lip color that I thought would be pretty spot on for it. So I'm using the Nabla Nude No. 5 Long Lasting Lip Liner, which looks like this. Kind of has that taupey quality, more brown, and you can definitely see her lip line in this. I really like the look. Again, it's personal preference. And then for the lips, I thought this was the perfect color. I recently picked this up from Beauty Bay, and it's from the brand Cash, and this is the first product I've ever tried from them. This is the shade Veil, which couldn't be more perfect for a name, quite honestly. It's that beautiful taupey beige kind of color, which looked like Ariana was wearing. Hers looked a little bit more creamy. You could just put a touch of gloss on. I might not even bother though. This is the part where you can get it kind of to match up perfectly, because you can see the tone is there for the lip color, but Ariana had it a little bit deeper, so you can just kind of blend in that lip pencil. And this is just going to be based totally off how you want it to look. Your lip pigment is going to play a role. I need to deepen it up a little bit more to get her look. Then to set the face, I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. My favorite, almost done my second bottle. This is going to lock everything in place, perfect for your wedding day. So here is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this Ariana Grande inspired wedding makeup. I think what she did was timeless, perfect, tonally on point. Like, I loved the look and I had to recreate it. I know a ton of you sent me some DMs saying, Cheryl, can you recreate this look? And you knew it was up my alley. Like, that's totally my style. And as soon as I saw pictures, I'm like, yep, I gotta recreate this. And a ton of you on Instagram, when I polled you, majority wanted to see this video. So I hope this helps you out. Tide us over until we can actually find out what her makeup artist used on her. I know I'm dying to find out her lashes and lip combo. I think they're perfect, but this was the best I could do with what I have on hand, and I encourage you to do the same. Just find what you have at home. I'm sure you can make it work, and it's a super simple, easy look to do, and I think it's just beautiful and timeless, and I'm so happy that you guys asked me to do this look. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not subscribed already, I would love for you to join the family by hitting the red button, the bell if you want to be notified of all my future videos, and I will see you guys in my next one.